is this Persian? What's going on all my Pokemon people? It's me, JCreams14 here, your host for this NDBL battle. So we just have another postcom today. It'll be our very last postcom, so we can start getting into some live commentaries, which are a lot more fun. Kind of see my thought process in the moment. But anyways, here we're gonna face ProxiMoxi. She's a great YouTuber, great artist, great person. I'll have her link in the description. Be sure to check her out. She's got some great content. But anyways, yeah, so this is the team that we brought against her. The theme is kind of a lot more bulky. I don't have a whole lot of speed on this. So yeah, my main strategy was just kind of try and predict the switches and the moves that they go for. She actually plays along with MoHemoth, who's also a great battler, great streamer. His Twitch will also be in the description below, as well as their perspective on the video, or on the battle. Anyways, we're gonna start out here with Mandy. This is our defensive Arcanine, max HP, max defense, and 4 in attack. This thing is our counter to Mega Absol, and really just her physical attackers. She doesn't have a whole lot of them, but Mega Absol definitely would be a problem for my team if not for Arcanine. And I was under the impression that Persian was a physical attacker throughout this battle. I knew that it got fake out like slash, return, and stuff. I'm just used to Gen 1 Persian. I've never seen a Persian being used in like the latest gens, so I had no clue what that thing wanted to do. But anyways, yeah, so this is Mandy. She's got Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Morning Sun, and E-Speed. Morning Sun for recovery, E-Speed to be able to prioritize stuff, Flare Blitz, and Close Combat for damage. Next up we have James. This is our switch into Milotic. It's really just the thing that can try and just like, if Milotic scalds us and burns us, then we get that guts boost and we get a lot more powerful, even though we're already freaking massive. But anyways, yeah, so we have Assault Vest to take those scalds, those ice beams and whatever. Drain Punch to get our health back, as well as just a damaging move. Knockoff for Reuniclus, as well as Jinx, and whatever this thing is called, Bronzong. As well as, again, just to deal massive damage, take off items. It's a very easy move to go for, so that you don't have to like predict anything, because it's going to be good against basically anything that it brings in besides the Clefable. That's why we brought Poison Jab, so in case it wanted to set up on us or something, we can take some Moonblast because of the Assault Vest. And yeah, so we had Poison Jab on here just to do massive damage to Clef, and as well as Shaman, and Mach Punch just for priority. Next up is Tripod, the Magneton. With Choice Specs Analytic, this thing hits so hard. It's got base 120 special attack, so this thing can hit like a truck, especially with that Specs Analytic. And we have it with no speed EVs to be able to underspeed Clefable, as well as Milotic. I think it already underspeeds Milotic, but yeah, this is just to deal even more damage to Clef and everything. Signal Beam is for Shaman, Reuniclus, as well as that's about it. And then Volt Switch just to gain momentum, and Thunderbolt will actually one-hit KO the Milotic. So this was our main thing, or main Milo killer. And yeah, Flash Cannon, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt just for big damage. Next up we have Kiryu, another Assault Vested Pokemon here, with Dark Pulse, Rapid Spin, Mirror Coat, and Toxic. This was to kind of handle the Bronzong, Dark Pulse for the Bronzong. I didn't really, looking at her team, I didn't really need Scald. It wasn't super effective against anything. And Burns might be nice, but it's like, she has Magic Guard on Clefable and Reuniclus, and Milotic could get a competitor Marvel skill boost. So I didn't really want that to happen. So this thing was mainly just for Bronzong to Rapid Spin hazards away, as well as get off a major Dark Pulse, and it's Assault Vested, so it can take a couple moves from like Raikou and even Shaman or Reuniclus and fire back hard with a Mirror Coat, maybe even one shot. And then Toxic is there just to stall out things like Absol and Milotic and stuff. And hopefully it doesn't get that Marvel scale. Hopefully it's competitive. But anyways, yep. Next up we have Sword, the Megalodios, Calm Mind, Recover, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and this thing is actually max HP, max special defense to take on Raikou, Shaman, and Clefable. Or not really Clefable, because I don't have anything super effective against it. Yeah, this is mainly my special defensive wall, just because I didn't really have, or I had some stuff for special defensive wall like QDU and everything, but it doesn't get a good recovery. Anyways, this is also a Calm Mind Sweeper, so once I get some Calm Minds up, that special attack is going to be huge, and Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball hit everything for at least neutral damage. I went with Shadow Ball because it hit the most things super effectively, like the Jinx, the Reuniclus, the Bronzong, and then Thunderbolt hit Pelipper, though I didn't think that she would bring it, Milotic, and yeah, as well as the Absol, who takes neutral from Shadow Ball, which can kind of just wall us. But anyways, next up is Belly Fluff. Now this mon I screwed up on. My brain was in a different place when I built this mon, because I don't know why, but I thought that this Choice Scarf, even though it says the holder's speed is 1.5 times, my brain thought somewhere that it just doubled the speed, like agility would. So I looked at this 192, and I thought, wow, I'm basically at 400 speed. Which is not the case at all. So I put the rest of the EVs into HP, because I was thinking, oh well, if she scarfs any fast mon, then it's gonna outspeed Diggersby anyway. I might as well just not put any speed on it, which was my bad. But anyways, it's got U-turn for momentum, Earthquake for Raikou, as well as if she wanted to bring Heat Proof. Gosh, I can never remember this name. What uses Gyro Ball? Bronzong. If she wanted to bring Heat Proof Bronzong for my Arcanine or anything, Earthquake could hit it hard, as well as knock off, and return just for massive damage. But anyways, that's our team, so let's get into the battle. And welcome to the battle, everyone. So yeah, here she brought some really strong mons, like that Shaman. I'm kind of fearing Specs, because that thing can hit really hard. Raikou, I'm thinking, is scarfed at this point, just because I don't really see anything else that could be scarfed. Shaman usually goes with a powering up item. And she brought Persian, and again, I have no idea what this thing does. I know it gets fake out, that's about it. I see the Milotic, and I know that I can take that out with either Conkeldurr or Magneton, or even a Miracle on Blastoise if I really need it. Mega Absol is there. My counter for that is Arcanine. But anyways, yeah, I'm thinking that she's just going to lead out with her Bronzong to set up hazards or screens or whatever Bronzong wants to do. So I was thinking of just leading out with Conkeldurr, getting a powerful knockoff off. And her team is really weak to Conkeldurr, like especially Assault Vest, because Shaman can't one-shot it and takes massive damage from either a Poison Jab or a Drain Punch. Yeah, so a combination of like Drain Punch, Mach Punch might even KO. Yeah, so Conkeldurr, I was thinking, would put a lot of pressure on her team, so I'm just going to decide to lead out with that. And we'll start the battle here, which she does lead out with Bronzong, as I do lead out Conkeldurr. And so here, I'm just going to go straight away for the knockoff to try and KO this thing, actually. But she switches, goes into Milotic. Not a bad play, you know. I'm sure this thing is defensive. It takes 29% from knockoff, which is pretty good, and taking off that leftovers is huge because it doesn't get residual recovery. But anyways, I just go straight into Tripod here because I want to get a T-Bolt off, and I know I can take a Scald or Ice Beam or whatever it wants to do. But she decides to Dragon Tail me into Belly Fluff here, and so I know I just outspeed, so I'm going to get a U-turn off, and yeah, so this kind of reveals my Scarf a little bit because of just U-turn and not taking any damage from like Life Orb or anything. So I go into Soar here thinking that maybe I could set up or just fire off a T-Bolt to KO. Since it's at 50%, I believe that I can just one-shot it from here. So I Mega Evolve and think that she might try and recover on me or anything, so I go ahead and I click Thunderbolt, But she goes into Bronzong and didn't take a whole lot from that, so I'm thinking that's specially defensive. She's got leftovers on it, so I know it's not light clay. There's no screens, or probably not going to be any screens. So I go into QDU here, expecting the Stealth Rock, or yeah, so this Bronzong can't really touch QDU at all. So she got rocks up, but anyways, I'm just going to rapid spin these away because I don't want them on my side. It hurts Arcanine a whole lot, which is something that I really want for in case Mega Absol comes in. And so I rapid spin those away. She goes into Shaman, and here I'm thinking that I have a chance to take a Seed Flare with my Assault Vest, so I just fire off a Mirror Coat. But she pulls a nice double into Raikou, which yeah, so I go for a Mirror Coat and doesn't work. But anyways, this Raikou can still just destroy Blastoise, so I'm like, Blastoise, I love you, come back. But anyways, we send in Belly Fluff because I'm expecting the electric type move. But anyway, she actually goes for a Calm Mind, so this is kind of scary. I was not thinking of Calm Mind Raikou coming. Anyways, I know that I'm Scarfed. At this point, I don't know that my speed is so low, so I click the Earthquake, but she goes into Bronzong, which I have a counter for this, so I wasn't fearing going for Earthquake or anything. But at +1/+1, that Raikou really scared me. Anyways, I switch out from Belly Fluff back into, I go into Conkeldurr here, James the Conkeldurr. Accidentally put him as female, so yeah, James went to the other side. But anyways, Bronzong just sets up Prox again. Kind of annoying, just getting residual damage and everything, but I know I can spin him away later. But here, I really just want that Bronzong gone, so I click Knock Off again, and in comes my Lotic. But yeah, James here is built to kind of wall my Lotic, so here I just go for Drain Punch, hoping that it will Scald, maybe burn me, so I can get a massive damage off on it. Anyways, yeah, Drain Punch does a great amount, and I decided to just keep going for it, knowing that he could Dragon Tail, so, or she, I'm sorry Moxi, I keep calling you he, but I mean, I guess Mo was there, so they, I'm gonna just start saying they. But anyways, she does Dragon Tail, she Dragon Tails me into Tripod, probably the worst possible thing to Dragon Tail me into, but for them. But anyways, I know that I can just one-shot with Signal Beam, as well as, okay, actually here, I'm gonna pause this. But anyways, I was looking at it, and originally I had clicked Volt Switch. And I was sitting here looking at it, I was thinking, nothing can really take a Signal Beam that well, especially from Specs Analytic. If she switches out, Signal Beam will either do a massive amounts of damage to Shaman, who could easily take an electric type move. It could do a lot to Bronzong because it's neutral, a lot to Raikou, Persian, or Absol just because power. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, why wouldn't I go for Signal Beam? So I clicked out of it, I clicked Signal Beam, as they do go into Shaman, and this was a huge turning point in the match. Yeah, being able to one-shot that Shaman was very nice, because that goes, or that takes care of a huge threat on her team, because that thing could have Earth Power for Arcanine, for Tripod here. It could have Dazzling Gleam for Mega Latias if it needed, and Seed Flare just for power. But yeah, so I was so glad to get that thing gone. And yeah, like I said, that was really a turning point in the game. So Tripod picks up a very nice KO there, and in comes Raikou. I'm thinking like HP ground here or something, so I go into Latias, and yeah, because I'm max Spadef, I know that I can take stuff from this Raikou, as they do set up another Calm Mind, which very scary, but I am Calm Mind myself, so I'm thinking that I could take this better, but I really can't. And I was trying to calc this, I'm like, it's not Life Orb, how is it doing so much damage? And I finally figured out that it was Expert Belt. As with a Calm Mind up, I don't think that another Shadow Ball can KO, so I go for Recover. But anyways, they set up another Calm Mind, great play on their part, and it does 44%. And here I decide to go for a Psyshock, just to get some big damage off, and it does do a huge amount. I'm glad that I put Psyshock on this instead of Psychic, because otherwise it would not be doing too much to this Raikou. But anyways, getting ahead of myself, man. Anyways, that did 43% to Latias, and I was thinking that was probably like a low roll. So anyways, I'm thinking they will probably just want to go for the KO on Mega Latias because it's such a threat. So I'm thinking I took a big risk here, and I sent in Diggersby because they could have like HP Ice or something on it, and I know that I'm Scarfed. And yeah, but anyways, so I send out Diggersby to take the Shadow Ball for immune damage because of my normal typing, and it pays off. And so yeah, I'm in here, and this is where I see that my speed was wrong. But anyways, I just go for the knockoff, knowing that I can hit anything and KO the Raikou as well. Kind of like the Signal Beam play, I could have KO'd my low tick, as well as just hitting anything for a lot of damage. But anyways, they go into Persian, and I'm not sure what this thing wants to do. I'm thinking that it's physical attacking and everything, so I go into my physical wall in Mandy, and they go for Fake Out. So that I'm thinking, okay, yeah, they're definitely going to be physical. So anyways, what I do here is I go for the close combat to take this thing out. But anyways, they go into my low tick, and that will take out the Milotic because it's such low health. And close combat kind of sucks because it drops my defenses and everything. So she has kind of a free switch into Absol or I guess Persian here. Which they do go into Persian. And like I said, I don't know what this wants to do, but I do want my defenses back because that Absol is still a big menace. So here I go into QU thinking that I can eat some physical hits up and get rocks or spin the rocks away. So they go for Fake Out, and yeah, so here I'm just gonna rapid spin to get these rocks away. I'm thinking, alright, yeah, I can take any hit. They go for Hidden Power, and it's not super effective. So I wasn't really sure what that play was about, but later in her commentary they're talking about Mirror Coat because they had seen it before, which makes perfect sense is why they wouldn't go for Hyper Voice, because I could have lived one with Assault Vest. But anyways, yeah, so in comes Arcanine here. I'm thinking that this is physical. Like I had no clue what it wanted to do. But anyways, I see that Hyper Voice, and I was just thinking, what? What is this Persian? What is this cat? But anyways, I'm like, alright, I have Assault Vest on Conkeldurr. I can take this thing out, take a Hyper Voice pretty easily. But they go for Hyper Voice, and it does 33%. And it's like, that's huge damage. If they get a crit, they kill James. Here, I really should have Mach Punch. I decided to Drain Punch because I thought I would get more health back. But, yeah, that wasn't the case. If I Mach Punch, it would have been bye-bye kitty cat. But, yeah. So, I do wish that I could, like, Mach Punch so I would be at more health. They go into Absol here, and fearing the Swords Dance, I went for the Mach Punch. I didn't think that it would KO from full. But, yeah, I just wanted to get the Mach Punch off. And, if they set up SD, I could KO with E-Speed or just another Mach Punch. So I really just needed damage off on the Absol, but they go for Superpower and are able to take out my Conkeldurr, so no 6-0 today. Anyways, we go into Mandy to get off that that Intimidate off, and drop her down to -2 attack. And here my brain spaced. Because what I was thinking, for some odd reason, that Extreme Speed was regular priority and I would never outspeed Mega Absol. So I was thinking that Sucker Punch would be able to do a lot of damage. And yeah, so I wanted to be at more health for Sucker Punch, because I knew that at -2 it wouldn't kill, but if she like sent in Bronzong and then sent Absol back out, I wanted Mandy to be at a good amount of health, because Absol actually still is a big problem for my team if I lose Mandy. So what I do here is I click Morning Sun and just get my HP back. And so here I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the Flare Blitz, because I know it was Levitate, it's not gonna be heat proof because of previous turns. But anyways, that does a big amount, and yeah, they go for Earthquake here. And kind of surprising, but drops me down quite a bit. Here I'm going to Morning Sun because, again, I was thinking that Sucker Punch would out-prioritize my Extreme Speed. So, I didn't go for Flare Blitz for the KO. Just wanted Mandy to be at a good amount of health to be able to take that Sucker Punch. But, anyways, here I do go for the Flare Blitz. And, as they go for another Earthquake, getting big damage off on Mandy. And, yeah, so I go for the Flare Blitz, take out Bronzong, and now I know that I can take a Sucker Punch and everything. So I just go for the E-Speed here against Mega Absol. And yeah, so they send in Absol, the only thing left, and it's at 12%, so I go for E-Speed. And I was like, wait! Once I saw Mandy go first, I was like, wait! E-speed is +2 priority. I completely forgot, and so I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I could have gone for that before, but yeah, that was just really my bad. Came off as not a very nice guy, so I do apologize for that. That's definitely my fault. I shouldn't have done that. But anyways, it paid off in the end. So we got a 5-0 here against ProxiMoxi. In their commentary though, I watched it, they made some really good plays. Like, they analyzed everything very well. And yeah, I'll be sure to link that video down in the description, as well as her channel. Again, she's got some great content, speed art, let's plays, and just overall Pokemon content. But yeah, so they're really fun to watch, and that's a great game, Moxi. Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun. But anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have a nice day. See ya.